Greetings. Hey, it's Christine. Thanks for joining me today. So, in case you're new, I'm an environmental educator and science illustrator, but I love drawing with people and teaching them about nature through the process of drawing. And so, as frequently as I can, I get on here and do these 10-minute sketching sessions. You don't have to have any experience. You just need a pencil or pen, or you can just watch because that's fun too. And I just like to do these because a lot of my students say, I don't even have 10 minutes a day to sketch. And so that's what we're going to do. And there's a whole series here on my YouTube channel under the playlist of 10 minutes sketching sessions that you can watch later on all different topics. But today I thought I would focus on some cool rocks and minerals because sometimes, especially if you haven't drawn before, it's really intimidating to try to draw like your pet cat or your dog or a beautiful flower or a landscape. Sometimes it's just easier to draw something like this that isn't quite as closely related to us, like rocks. And you just can't go wrong with rocks. And it's really fun to collect them in your travels, or if you go to a gem and mineral show, or just around. And here in Oregon, we happen to have volcanic rocks and sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, all kinds. So while we're live, I do encourage you to say hello in the chat box, I think over there or over there. And tell me if you've ever drawn rocks before. If you're going to draw along with me. So I try to keep these short and sweet. And if you want to learn more about what I do, you can just go to the links in my channel. So I'm going to be doing pencil and charcoals here. And that's about all. And so we're just going to do a few of these. Okay. I think we're going to do this one first. I'll just get these over here out of the way. There's lots of very beautiful minerals out. But it's fun sometimes just to do something that has some really cool patterns and textures, so you can just practice those skills and not having to draw something, again, like a beautiful eye of your cat or horse, or a beautiful orchid flower, or something like that. Okay, and so, I'm just going to draw here, and maybe we'll get to a few of these. But so let's get started drawing a few of these different rocks. Now you can draw something else here if you want, but I think I'm going to draw just a few of them. And again, just in pencil and just appreciating the interesting shapes and textures. And so I'm going to make this larger. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to draw right over here. Do I have good lighting here? There we go. Okay. So you can't go wrong with a rock. And I try not to do any erasing. I try to just get some lines down. And as I like those lines, I get them a little bit darker. And then there's going to be this interesting white circle. I think this is a metamorphic rock because it's got a lot of different patterns in it. So I'm just going to kind of shade that. So it's kind of fun to just, first I like to shade things based on the light source. And then I add the patterns and textures. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that. And I've got my little blending tool, but whatever you have. So I'm just going to try to show a little bit of three-dimensional form before I actually start adding the pattern and texture. And then I can also add a cast shadow, which here in the studio is really kind of funky because my lights are coming from all different directions. But I like to make a cast shadow usually kind of at the lower right. And so I'm going to make that kind of dark right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some of these cool patterns. You can't go wrong. Again, it's just having fun. So wonderful just to get in your right brain and draw just for a few minutes. Takes your mind off of regretting the past or worrying about the future. Just having fun. Like I was up about half the night last night worrying about stuff. And I think I'm going to take a nap this afternoon. So, yeah, but there's some cool patterns. Again, you can't go wrong with a rock. Then there's even some patterns a little bit here on that white area, because nothing in nature is ever really completely white. There's going to be some variation there, right? Okay, cool. All right. I think I'll go on to this one. This is really beautiful. So that's has some really neat shapes in there. I don't know much about geology, but yeah, it's got some cool shapes. So yeah, I'll just do an outline first. Maybe I'll just start with my charcoal pencil and I'll draw a little bit larger and then maybe get those outlines of those white parts. Again, you can't go wrong. There's no rhyme or reason to these things. And again, do say hello in the chat box so I know you're here. Something like that. Okay. And yeah, again, I might just do a little bit of shadowing on the edges first. So even the white parts go along the edge into shadow a bit. And again, there might be a cast shadow. And then some blending a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just going to add some dark parts. So this is going to be darker than this one and not really patterned. Yeah, I love that sound of charcoal. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but very ASMR. Next time you're out on a stroll, just look around for some rocks. In here in Oregon, we have a really cool selection, especially volcanic rocks in the Cascade Mountains to the east of me, and also lots of cool sedimentary rocks that have fossils from the last 50 million years, including the entire geologic history of the evolution of the horse. If you know me, you know I love horses. There we go. Maybe I'll add a little bit more shadowing. And it's really fun to just use these charcoal pencils. I also have a Uniposcas, and I have white charcoals. And this is actually a tanned paper. You can't quite tell, but when I add some white here to emphasize some parts, maybe you might be able to tell, maybe not. But I like drawing on toned paper because it actually shows the highlights better. Okay, tell me how you doing. And if you're watching in the replay, that's fine too. Let's see. We are just about out of time, actually. I hate to keep you longer because I do promise that these won't go longer than 10 minutes because then you'll know that when you come live that you can just schedule 10 minutes. And again, it's just so therapeutic to draw, even if it's just a rock or a driftwood or a twig. You don't have to draw pretty things all the time, and it's almost more relaxing because you're just more in your right brain and not worrying so much about, three-dimensional form and all of that kind of thing. So, yeah, if you want to learn more about what I do, just watch the other videos on my YouTube channel and check out the playlist called the 10-minute sketching. You can also find the links in my bio to my website. And I actually have a whole membership as well as courses on drawing and painting and nature journaling, the natural world. Okay. So, yeah, that's 10 minutes right there. So, I hope you enjoyed this, both live and replay viewers. And I hope you'll keep working on your sketch or try to find some of your own rocks and minerals to draw. And have a wonderful day. Okay, take care. Bye bye.